Okay, so I think if we've got everything ready, once more, guys. Norway versus Sweden. Who's hyped for Dxtr?
Sweden, 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 Sweden.
And who's in Team Nudua?
Sweden.
Okay, if we're ready to go, we'll begin the countdown. Yeah. Okay. To your gamepads, gentlemen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Uh-oh. The reset.
I hit the wrong stage. It's fine.
So yeah. First stage, the moon. The reason why people pick the moon first is because you have a set position at the start that varies depending on how you beat the previous stage. If you enter the first stage of the game, however, you get the perfect positioning to start off the moon level. And we already missed the first giant skip in this game, the moon skip. This pretty much skips the most of the moon level and makes it a lot easier than it is supposed to be played normally. But the trick they use is actually very hard to perform.
Yeah, I know. It's good. I picked the wrong stage. Oh. Raise the cider right now. Yep.
So now we go into the Amazon level. There will be a very hard trick coming up soon. It's not extremely hard, it's very scary to do. They'll be jumping over a very large pit with some very precise inputs. Called the helicopter skip. You'll see soon why. I hope they'll do it now because I'll
Yeah.
I'll look foolish if they don't. Oh! The repeat of last year, Dxtr. Oh! Oh! Okay, so
Run over.
earn over, yeah. They both failed the helicopter skip, unfortunately, but the thing with this game is you get a very limited amount of life, so dying is a big deal. You don't want to die too many times.
Whatever, I'm going for it again.
Okay, Dexter's going for it again. We want to see the helicopter skip. Meanwhile, Nudua is entering the boss stage. Come on. No! It's, yeah, the nerves get you in these kind of races. Come on, Dexter.
Come on. The bee.
Yeah, I feel like in practice too.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Don't
really
think
easy,
that I'll give you an easy time now on DuckTales 2. Yes, alright. Glitch exhibition, people. Yeah, unfortunately it's really hard to catch up in this game because it's so extremely optimized by this point. Unless Nudua takes a painful death, this race might be already over, but we'll see what happens.
Oh.
The boss Nudua is fighting right now is very RNG heavy. She can go to 3 planes, either low, middle or high.
Oh,
And if she flies high, it is nearly impossible to get a hit on her. It used to be impossible to get a hit on her midway through without taking damage, but we found a way to jump in front of her beak and she gets hit and Scrooge doesn't. It's kind of a weird thing with hitboxes. When you only have vertical movement, your hitbox is way smaller than if you're moving horizontally. Meanwhile, Nudua is in the mines level, which is pretty much the easiest level in the game, and people tend to not lose more than a second on that stage. So both Nudua and Dxtr are having bad luck on Magic out the spell, I believe
Oh.
her name is.
Great.
Okay. Only one level behind Dexter.
Yeah, I got this. I got this.
It's okay, I wasted some seconds here.
So this boss is really easy. He has a very predictable pattern. Meanwhile, Nudua gets hit by him.
Well, you
It
save
doesn't-
some frames if you hit him as late as possible.
Oh, okay. But yeah, you shouldn't lose any time on him.
Nah, should never die on him. $560.
Try.
So yeah, the timer in this is quite accurate game-wise. Like, it displays the same timer every time. It's not like it lags or accelerates. It has nothing to do with real time, but it's a good indicator of how well you perform the stage. And Nudua is in the Himalayas, I believe.
Yep.
It's called the ice level with ice physics, and I really dislike that level, especially because the boss fight is fairly hard to do. One trick you can do, however, what I tend to do, if you have 300 million points, you can press select and refill your health. But these guys aren't scrubs and won't use it, hopefully.
Wait, 300 million?
Or 300,000. No, 300 million. 3 million, I'm sorry. 3 million. Wow. 300 million would be, that would be a load of money.
3 million, yeah.
Yeah, the boss fight went well for Nudua.
All land clear.
All land clear. So, this game takes a few shortcuts and revisits the Transylvania stage as the final stage, and it's the exact same thing up until the final boss fight. Bad spawns. So Nudua is now gonna fight the final boss, and he can spawn in oh. This electric.
I saw that.
Ooh.
It's
So yeah, he can spawn in
fine.
5 different spots, and depending on where you stand,
Okay, no.
you can get either 1 or 2 hits in. And you can pretty much like 2.5 cycle him optimally, but if he's trolling, it takes a lot more.
Yeah, also a risky spawn.
You can damage boost to get some extra hits in, but playing on difficult means you can only take 3 hits.
Yeah, time.
Time.
So what is the world record for this game at the moment?
7:15.
7:15, okay.
And Dexter's time is 1.5 seconds.
Oh,
slower.
so Dexter is
So it's pretty
PB-wise
much
only
the same.
1.5 seconds after
Yeah.
Nudua.
Pretty much some RNG.
Timing the final pogo is an important trick.
Yeah, it's one of the things I messed up in my world record.
Yeah. Yeah, it saves like a full second if you do it correctly,
Yeah,
so...
definitely.
Ooh! You would have game overed if you didn't get that.
No, I had one life.
You had one life? Oh, okay.
Norway too strong.
Oh.
Hey guys, when is the DuckTales now?
The what?
DuckTales sing now.
The DuckTales sing-along?
The what?
It has to be in Swedish, so I can't
Is it in France?
go.
It's in French.
co-op that.
Okay.
Who's singing?
The French can do their French
Yeah.
team.
On the description it says in French.
Okay.
Yeah, we can sing in all the languages.
Are you guys ready?
Do it.
You got the lyrics.
Are you ready?
I hope you guys are ready. You paid for this, and now we are having the DuckTales sing along.
All right.
Trailer for it.
Where's the scene? Come on. I don't find it.
People are singing really loudly, you just can't hear it on the mic.
Comment on. I don't know it.
Happened as last year.
I did the pogo too low.
Yeah.
I started the pogo left.
Mm.
Yeah, I messed it up too. I didn't just
Hmm? What NESs are we using? Because
let's use
now
that.
you're using like a converter for that one, and I'd have to use a converter for that one.
That's a perfect setup. I
Um,
we can switch.
if you don't mind.
Yeah, we can. What are we waiting on?
Hmm?
What?
Oh, we're still singing or what?
we're still singing.
DuckTales song. Sing on that line.
Where's Couch Guy? I know. DuckTales 2 intro scene is much better.
Then this one.
Yeah. You could use my phone. Oh, is this the DuckTales song? No. Huh.
Okay, so I think if we've got everything ready, once more, guys. Norway versus Sweden. Who's hyped for Dxtr?
Sweden, 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 Sweden.
And who's in Team Nudua? Okay, if we're ready to go, we'll begin the countdown. Yeah. Okay. To your gamepads, gentlemen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
People pick the moon first is because you have a set position at the start that varies depending on how you beat the previous stage. If you enter the first stage of the game, however, you get the perfect positioning to start off the moon level. And we all
1, go.
Uh-oh. The reset.
I hit the wrong stage. It's fine.
So yeah. First stage, the moon. The reason why